Oh, hey there, what's up? This is not an eye patch. This is one eye in the metaverse and one eye in real life. Okay, check it out. Today we're talking about virtual real estate. You understand on what looks like a video game platform that in the metaverse that people are actually buying real estate? I mean, Mark Twain said it can only go up in value because they're not making more of it. Liar! Real estate is literally being created everywhere and people are buying it in massive quantities, and guess what? It is shooting up in value through the roof. And the question is, are you about to miss out on some of the easiest money to make in virtual real estate or not? Check it out.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! I'm turning dreams into reality. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Whoa, hey, what's up here? Check it out. Today we're talking about virtual real estate and whether or not it's the future of investing. A lot of people have been dropping comments saying, Kris, what do you think of the metaverse? What do you think of the metaverse? There's NFTs. Basically, crypto is changing the world because it's creating a whole new world, and through virtual reality that I'm a little bit of a fan of, that's what's going on in this eye right now, people are wanting to know. Kris, it's no longer just a video game. You're not just getting experience. You're not just climbing the ranks. There's freaking money transacting. So while it's so brand new, should I get in on it? Or is this just stupid and it's probably going to be gone tomorrow? So if you're a subscriber on my channel, you might be thinking, Kris, why are you making this video today? Man, sometimes I wish I could go back in time and pick up Bitcoin when it was for sale for like 3 pennies.
Time travel? They did what? How the did...
Kid you not, I sat next to the dude worth billions of dollars because all the way back then, 2013 or something, he was picking it up for pennies on the dollar. Well, it could have turned into nothing like a lot of the altcoins out there. But guess what? Bitcoin picked up enough traction that just this last year, the entire coin market hit $1 trillion on its market cap. Turns out that adoption is here. It's not going anywhere, which means that it's only going up in value. And I get it. Like the market has crashed. It's come down to almost 50% value. But you know, that's part of its system. That's part of its pattern. That's part of its volatility. Right now, experts say that it's charting next year to probably hit $100,000, and you can buy it right now for 1/3 of that. So crypto is real, but it's now starting to turn into a very digital form of real estate that started to look a little bit like a video game. But in this metaverse, people are actually valuing real estate. They're literally picking up plots of real estate, and it's going up in value. Well, listen, at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you whether I'm planning on investing in this or not. Here's what I need you to understand. This is highly asymmetric, which means that a little bit of money invested could literally disappear, evaporate, and turn into nothing. But if it ends up being the thing that gets real traction, it could literally shoot through the sky and create massive millionaires, even billionaires. And it's all because of this thing out there now called the metaverse. What is it? Did you ever see Ready Player One?
You don't need a destination when you're running on an omnidirectional treadmill with quadraphonic pressure-sensitive underlay.
Like kind of freaky, a bunch of humans that like live their entire life in VR. VR is getting so big, they've removed so much of the clunky that it's becoming adopted. More and more people are spending more of their life and time literally living in that world. And as bizarre as that seems, it's what the next generation is facing. Check out what the metaverse is. It's an immersive virtual reality that allows users to be present through an expansive network of persistent, real-time rendered 3D worlds and simulations. In the metaverse, blockchain technology can be used to pay for items that we can bring with us through different virtual experiences. In other words, it's here. This virtual reality is here. And people are now buying stuff through the blockchain. They're owning it, and that stuff is going up in value. Don't believe me? Check this out. Okay, Krohn, how is this then different than a video game, right? I mean, isn't that really what's happening? Well, I want you to think about this for a moment. You see, in a video game, you can earn points. You can even pay for skins for your avatar, maybe to pick up certain suits of armor or certain weapons, or depending on what you're doing, like there's a certain level of customization. But really, do you own anything? All you're doing is altering your experience the way that you prefer to have it. But in the metaverse, it's different. The difference between a crypto metaverse and a normal game is that blockchain allows for real ownership. You actually own the land. Therefore, if land goes up in value, it can then be sold for a profit. And don't underestimate the fact that when it's powered by the blockchain and actual coins, and you're actually buying something, that is something of real value that you own, not the creators of the game. Whoa, 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 whoa. Isn't this then just like NFTs? Have you heard about that? Where people are basically owning digitized art and the blockchain proves that they own it. Like, why on earth? Like, couldn't I just take a picture of like the Mona Lisa and say, wow, like I don't own the real thing, but I own this digitized art. Who cares? Well, it depends. If people do, then they assign value to it. And if you own it, then that value can also go up. So right now you have a new breed of art collectors all around the world that are basically owning and digitizing images. And if people find it valuable enough and they can bid it and trade it or literally pay more money for it, listen, that's what the value is. It's the masses coming together, a group of people that assign value to it. And that's exactly what's happening here in the video game. You get enough adoption, that's the key word. You get enough people that want to come and play and say, no, I want that, no, I want that, no, I want that. Well, I'm willing to pay for it. I'll pay more for it. You find yourself in a bidding war, and because there's long-term value derived there, you can now sell this thing for real money. In case you think this is all just hypothetical, here's some real-world examples. Virtual landlording. The crypto game Ember Sword recently announced that it was selling virtual land plots and received a pledge of $203 million to buy 6,000 plots of land. Now, I want you to think about that. That's a staggering amount of money, $203 million. Owning land in Ember Sword gives gamers the opportunity to earn cryptocurrency from any activity on or around their virtual plots of land. Now, in case you're thinking, well, come on, Kris, this is just a game, right? Yeah, but it's powered by the blockchain that is using real coins that have real value in the virtual world that translate into the real world. So guess what? This is real.
I'm a real boy.
Oh man, Kris, so are we talking about like pennies? Are we talking about dollars? $203 million is a lot. What are people actually doing? Well, this is from the Motley Fool. What does it actually cost for people to own land in the virtual space? Here's some different platforms. You've got the Sandbox, Decentraland, Crypto Voxels, Somnium, and then take a look at the sales of land in the last 7 days. In the Sandbox, 2,182 plots of land sold in the last 7 days, totaling $33 million. That means that the average thing purchased there was valued at $15,000. And by the way, of the 2,100 purchasers, 796 of them were from unique sellers from the past 7 days. 1,300 of them came from unique buyers in the last 7 days. Basically, they've hit all-time sales volume in US dollars of $257 million. But it's not just them. Decentraland has over $100 million that it's now broken, and it's currently doing over 300 sales in the last 7 days. The price you'll pay for a piece of virtual real estate is based upon most of the same factors as you'd use to determine the value of a piece of actual real estate. Location, lot size, existing structures, and demand all play a huge role in valuation. And I can't stress enough that the only reason why value is here is because there's enough people who have come together that are playing this to say, well, that's valuable enough that if you bought it for that price, can I buy it from you at a higher price? What's kind of cool about this kind of blockchain technology is that it moves real fast. I mean, real estate in the real world last year hit record-breaking numbers for the last decade on how much it increased in value, and yet pales in comparison to what's happening with virtual real estate. Man, Kris, should I actually, from this video, decide whether I want to own real estate, virtual real estate in the metaverse? Check it out. Real estate in the metaverse is an extraordinarily speculative investment. You absolutely have to believe that the platform will exist far enough into the future that you can cash your investments back out and make a profit. It's certainly possible, but the metaverse concept is still so wobbly that its members continue to struggle to define themselves in any uniform way. In other words, it's really at the beginning. You have a group of pioneers here. We're not talking about a trillion market cap. We're talking about a smaller group of people, but note that hundreds of millions of dollars are being exchanged, so something is happening. You know, I remember when a friend of mine said, Kris, you should buy some of this Bitcoin stuff. I'm buying it at $300 a coin. And I remember just thinking, why would I do that? Like, I hadn't caught the vision of blockchain technology. It was one of the first real mentionings of what it was. And honestly, I was skeptical. But now when I look back, as long as adoption is going to support like the long-term future of a coin, you have something real. There's also a lot of crap coin out there, right? In the crypto world, there's also a lot of things that aren't going to achieve true momentum that lead to adoption. And so if not a lot of people will stay engaged long enough in the game, you could invest your money today, you could lose it all tomorrow. So conversely, unlike the real world real estate, people don't need virtual real estate to survive every single day. They don't depend on it for a roof over their head or a place to grow crops or even somewhere to put a business. They simply don't need it in the same way that they need real estate on planet Earth. So at the end of the day, am I really going to invest in this? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a big believer in asymmetric risk. Let me tell you what that means and what I'm going to do. Have you ever heard that you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket? I'm a huge believer in diversification. You probably know that most days of the week, I buy actual real estate that is on this earth that can be rented out, and I'm making huge amounts of money. In fact, I help a lot of people do that. If you click the links below, you can learn about partnering with me or putting a 401k or IRA into real estate and things like that with me. That's kind of a cool thing. But I also set aside a small amount of money that I put into highly speculative asymmetrical risk opportunities. And asymmetry literally just means low downside, really high upside. Like, what does it hurt for me to put a little bit of money and throw it at this? I don't have to get excited. I just have to have a system for keeping my eye on it. And if it goes at 10 times in value or 100 times in value, then that small, tiny little investment could become a small little fortune. Don't make the mistake though that most people do. They get excited about something, they're like, well, this is it. I'm gonna put it all on black. I'm going to literally bet the farm. That's always a stupid decision. Like literally today, I'm wiring $50,000 for another company that I'm investing in that has a real probability in the next 5 years of giving me a basic 10x return. That means I put up 50 grand and then $500,000 is likely to come back 4 or 5 years from now. So I split up my money into all sorts of small investments. And when something is this speculative, the amount of money that I invest is even smaller because the upside is so much greater. I'm not gonna put a significant amount in, but you might put in, $10, $100, $1,000. It's certainly going to be a fraction of 1% of all of my investment capital set aside. And then if it ends up taking off and becoming something, this will hopefully be just another win in your strategy of long-term investing. If you're a little bit curious about my overall investing strategy, I give it away to everyone for free if I can. I wrote a book called Have It All. I think it is the most cutting edge finance book that is written for our day and age in our massively changed world. Have It All is about 5 different types of investments that can make you literally financially free in under 5 years. And while that sounds really aggressive, it's because I don't invest in the boring usual 401k, IRA, equity in my home, single digit ROI stuff. I actually put some of my money earning 25% in real estate, some of my money earning 100% in real estate, some of my money earning 500% in business, some of my money earning 5,000% in business. So I share all of my strategies. I even show you how to make money out of thin air. Literally put up nothing and get paid enormous sums of money. I do that every single day. So if you want to know what my entire wealth strategy looks like for where the world's at today, there's a link below. My book, Have It All. You can actually get your hands on it for free. You got to cover the shipping and handling so my team can send it out to you. But that book right there will teach you where the metaverse exists for me in my investment strategy, how to allocate funds for it, and how small things can become massive things. Man, Kris, I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars, even tens of thousands of dollars to invest in real, actual expensive real estate or some of these different things. What if all I got is $1,000 and I need to figure out the most intelligent way to spread that out amongst opportunities that can turn into something really significant? Good question. I made a video all about it. Click it. It's right here. Let me show you how to take a small amount of money and turn it into something not so small. It'd be fun if you actually came in real fast and I'd be like, whoa, welcome. Whoa, hey, what's up here? Check it out. Today we're talking about